Good morning, Captain. Oh my gosh, yesterday was so stressful. You got a gray hair. Look at that. It's a down comforter feather. It looks like you grew gray hair last night. Oh, funny. Listen to the birds. Listen.
They're up early.
We're officially getting up with the birds now. Sleep.
Not great. I kind of tossed and turned a lot.
You did. I heard your mattress. I think you need one like mine. Mine wasn't as noisy. All I can see is just a mass of hair right now. Are your eyes under there?
Yep.
Yeah, mine wasn't as noisy. Guys, I love my new mattress. It's comfortable. I didn't fall off. Apparently, Captain, you slid way down on yours. We must be on a bit of a slant.
Potentially.
I kept sliding too. The things you underestimate when you live in the real world. Clean socks. Oh, today's a clean sock day and they're dry. It feels so nice. Okay, my compression socks are soaked. Like I can almost drip the water out of them. So dry socks, wet compression, dry darn tough, and hopefully it'll be just fine because we don't have another choice. So we both forgot to put on our waterproof socks yesterday to even see if they work. But Captain has decided he's going to put his on today, even though there's no rain in the forecast, because his shoes are soaked. And he's going to give him a test to see if they even help keep the water that's in the shoes off his feet. I'm optimistic.
I'm slightly optimistic.
Yeah, I'm not taking mine out because I already packed my bag and I'm being lazy.
Sunlight, dearest sunlight, I am calling you across the old room. Sunlight.
Welcome back to day 58. I'm Captain.
I'm Sunshine.
And we're still walking.
And we're still talking. We have 13.7 miles to go today. And here's the catcher. We have to do it by 2 o'clock this afternoon. Will's picking us up. Captain has his D&D clubs that he runs starting at 4, and we have an hour drive. So, we're going downhill, so I'm being careful here. I don't know how much we're going to film this morning. It's going to just depend on our pace. We're going to hit it hard really early, and then once we see that we're getting someplace, then we'll film some more. There's a bug on there. Do you see that bug on the camera right there? Ooh, wow. Okay. How are you guys today? Nothing really to report.
Did you sleep well on your new mattress?
I did sleep well on my new mattress. Yes, that extra 400. That extra 4 inches made a huge difference. I was so much more comfortable. I've got something else that's plaguing me, guys. So I've slept in my, okay, so I have my puffy and I have my quilt, and they're made of the same material on the outside and on the inside, and it's not cotton. And I think it's irritating my skin when I sleep, but if I sleep in my quilt in like a hostel, I'm fine. But in the tent, I think it's probably after a sweaty day, I get in it and I have like almost like night sweats, but it's very, very odd. It only happens after a really hot day. And so I'm wondering has this happened to anyone else? And it's uncomfortable because I wasn't hot last night, but I sweat a little bit and then I got cold. And then I'm just kind of drafty and cold the rest of the night. I'm thinking if I just like do wet wipes, like wet wipe down all my skin that's touching these two fabrics. Maybe I have an issue with the fabric. I don't know. If anyone else has ever had something like this happen, let me know, because it's driving me crazy. It's waking me up a lot.
I would like to come out of the womb. Something in me feels like all of me, and we dance all alone. Come on in.
So far today, it's my favorite kind of hiking day. Nice and breezy on the ridge. The only thing that would make it better if it was sunset, but it's sunrise-ish. We got up and out by 7 a.m. this morning, you guys. I think it was actually 7:10, but that's pretty good. And once we get back on the trail, that's our new, we haven't really been like, this is the time we leave. But now we're establishing that we're up and ready and walking by 7, because we're hitting bigger miles and we're getting in not too late, but I don't want to get in after dark, so yeah. So we've been getting some questions lately about would we consider flip-flopping, and flip-flopping means most people do it around Harper's Ferry, Virginia, which is a halfway point. They flip and they go up to Maine and hike southbound to meet where they left off at Harper's Ferry. And from what I understand, from what people have said, we know several people doing this. The reason they're doing it is because there's several different reasons. One of them is that it's really hot right now in Virginia. And so if you flip up to Maine now in June, it's still pretty cool. So New England will still be pretty cool in June. And it doesn't get super hot there in the summer anyway. And then on the flip side, when you get down to the Harper's Ferry area come fall, it won't be particularly cold. Whereas, for example, just doing Thru-Hike northbound the whole way in September, possibly October, you're going to be hitting some really cold weather in Maine, as well as right now in Virginia, you're hitting really hot weather. So if you are sensitive to the hot or the cold, or don't want to deal with it because it's a pain in the ass, you'll flip-flop. Or another reason is if you're running out of time. If you're unable to make the miles you need to make in order to make it to Baxter State Park closes October 15th this year. And so you need to be able to project that you're going to make it there by then, or you don't get to finish your hike. I think it opens back up in December, so you could feasibly come back in December, but no one wants to hike in Maine in December. So you guys have asked, have we considered this? Because we had to take time off for LARGO'S captain school and all that stuff. We have not really considered it because neither one of us want to do it. We want to, and this is no judgment pass on anyone who's doing it. Our thing is we want to be no-bow the whole way, minus like a couple sobos here and there that we've had to do. I think we've done 2 so far sections, days, because of shuttles and also because of Will picking us up. And we had to accommodate to other people's schedules, which is fine. And second, we both really want to end our hike in Maine at Katahdin at that sign. The reason being is that we have ties to Maine. And also it feels symbolic to us just to outside of the ties. So the ties are I was born and raised in Maine. Captain has spent a lot of time in the summers in Maine visiting my family. Will and I were married in Maine. So it's very, although I haven't lived there since I was 17, it's very significant for us. And also for me, it just feels like I just wanted to start in Springer and end in Maine at that sign. And so does Captain. And I also, you guys know I can't stand the cold and it is my Achilles. But I also want to push my body through that because it's hard, but we all know there are people going through a lot harder things in the world. And if they can go through what they're going through, then I can do this. So yeah, that's our reason. Now, could that change? Yeah, it could change. If one of us gets an injury or if we just need a bunch of zeros and we realize we're not going to make it, then we'll flip. We want to complete it, so we're not like very set on we have to end at Katahdin. We just really, really want to. So anyway, what's your guys' thoughts on flipping? If you were out here, would you do it? If you've done it or whatever, what were the advantages or disadvantages, or would you do it again? Are you adamantly against flipping? Anyway, leave your thoughts in the comment.
Sunlight, dearest sunlight, I am calling you across the old room. Sunlight.
So today is a lot more rocky and narrow than I anticipated. I don't know why I anticipated different. It's not like far out shows you if it's rocky or whatnot, but we're having to go a bit slower than we had planned, which is making it a little stressful for our deadline that we have to meet Will in order to get Captain to his work. So wish us luck. So this is really cool. I've heard about this. Someone drops water here, I guess, for hikers. It's really kind. I would love to have met the person that did this, but a big thank you to you. This is really gracious and awesome. You want to fill up? Absolutely. Let's fill up. I think outside of being in a hostel, this is probably the easiest refill we've ever done.
No kidding.
So cool. Now that's some clever advertising. Free water, and I'll take you for a ride.
Something in me feels like all of me, and we dance all alone.
Look at these colors. My gosh, and the patterns. Can you guys tell I'm a former graphic designer? I was a graphic designer for 25 years. And so anything that relates to like typography, color, imagery, all of it integrated, patterns, really good use of space is all something that I'm just very, very drawn to, which is something that is out here continually through my hike, which I absolutely love. I will always be a designer at heart. I just burned out from the career and I needed a change. So update on our timeline. We've gone 5.3, I think Captain said. We've got 8.3 left and we've got a little under 4 hours. I think we have a 30-minute window buffer as well. So we could possibly make it. Just depends on how hard the up is. We have 0.9 miles left and we're gonna make it by 2:15. 2 was our deadline, 2:30 was our window. We are spent. I've only took a break for 30 seconds. We've been eating on the fly. We haven't stuff to eat. We're starving. We're cranky, but we're gonna make it.
Feels like all of me, and we dance all alone. Come on in. Open my heart.
We made it. What time is it? 2:15 with 15 minutes to spare. So Captain and I are savages right now. We're starving. I told you guys we hadn't eaten hardly at all, just some power bars. And Will just showed up with this KFC,
And normally we're not KFC people.
I'm a bit of KFCer.
Oh, are you?
I am.
This is new.
I was actually thinking about KFC. Normally we're not fast food people anyway, but Will just showed up with magic because he's a magic man. And trail at 3 o'clock today because Largo has work that he does online, and so he's working, and then we get back on the trail at 11 tomorrow. So, but I look clean too, right? I took a shower.
Welcome to the end of day 58, where we are here and had a very nice, I don't know if you would consider this a Nero in our standards because we went less than our deficit.
We went 13.7 miles. So I don't know if that's considered, a Nero means nearly zero. So,
But in our case, we're always trying to hit 17. So is nearly zero close to 17 or not?
I don't know. That's a good question. What do you guys think? We went from dirt road mile 571 to Suter Road.
I feel like it's becoming a lot of just roads at this point.
Right? It's like, that's why I put mile 571 because it was just called dirt road.
But I honestly felt like we slept really well there. It was a good spot. It was kind of very level and easy to find.
I slept really well too. But you know what's funny? Because this morning I told you I heard something. I heard big branches cracking last night, like bigger than a raccoon.
It could have
and
just
so
been the wind.
I pulled out my bear bell and I was like, ding, 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 ding.
and you didn't budge. And you told me this morning you didn't hear it. You didn't hear me with the ding, 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 ding.
I will admit I did hear something as we were going to bed last night. Just general noises. But I kind of was like, I'm just going to go to bed and ignore that.
And hope it goes away.
I mean, that's a problem for tonight or tomorrow.
Did you have a best and a worst today?
I would honestly say my best was kind of being there on time.
Right. We made it, and I didn't think we were going to make it.
Which was a very nice plus.
My best was seeing Will and the Kentucky Fried Chicken he had waiting in the car for us. I was dreaming about that, and then he just showed up with it.
Normally we eat very well, but I feel like our diet on this trail is just plummeting.
Terrible. I'll eat anything in sight. I'm so hungry. I don't even want to know what it's doing to the insides. Okay, so my worst today was all day. This hike was so unpleasant, and not because of the trail or not because of being with Captain or anything like that. It's just because we hiked 7 hours and 15 minutes and I did not take one break. I bent down once for like 30 seconds and sat down because my ankle bracelet was caught on my sock. And then I went pee twice, which took like another 30 seconds, and that was it. And we ate on the fly. We didn't stop to eat at all. We were just power bars and Slim Jims and energy stuff, and because we knew we had to hit those miles and be there in time for him to get back to run his Dungeons and Dragons club. So I just felt I don't want to hike like that again, to have no breaks. We had very little conversation, and you guys can probably tell from today's vlog, we didn't even have really that much time to vlog. It was just boom, 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 and I really didn't like it. So that was the worst part, like the structure of our day, but we had to do what we had to do. Did you have a worst?
I wouldn't say I had a worst. I would say that the terrain was quite easy. Not that it was really easy, but it was about a mile down, a mile up, a mile down, and then after that it was mostly on the ridge. And I was actually surprised by kind of the good weather we had. It wasn't too cold. I tested out my waterproof socks, and even though it wasn't raining, the kind of water residue didn't really get into my socks as well.
Yeah, because both of our shoes were soaked this morning. We woke up from hiking most of the day yesterday in the rain, and the water didn't get through the socks into you. And don't ask us why we didn't wear those socks yesterday. We both forgot they were in our bag. So
I kind of feel like, though, if I had worn it during torrential rain and when water was just constantly pouring in, I feel like the socks would have held up for a little bit more than normal socks, but I'll eventually give it in.
Oh, excuse me, guys. Then we saw that guy on the trail that said he had the same socks, and they work really well. So they're staying in our bags, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
I think that's it for tonight. I'm kind of zoning out, guys. It's like 10:30. We got to get to bed. We're back on the trail tomorrow. There's no 0 for us yet. I don't know what the deficit is. We'll put it up there someplace.
Down there or over there, depending on where it is.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
On day 59.
Welcome to day 58. I am Captain.
I'm Sunshine.
And you're supposed to say, and we're still talking.
I am. No, I'm supposed to stay still walking, right?
Walking isn't normally my part?
Talking's my part.
We'll start over.
I think that's a bird. The big beak.
It's a little itty bitty heart in the wood. So cute.
It was next door to the Starbucks I was working from.
You have a job at Starbucks now?
Yes.
Boy, a lot's changed since I last saw
How do
you.
you think who's paying for this thing?
Where's my coffee?